Have you ever felt confused about what to eat? One day carbs are bad, the next day fat is bad, then someone says, eat more protein. And many of you have been told, stop everything. It's exhausting, isn't it? Listen, March is National Nutrition Month, so I want us to pause and go back to the basics. I'm Dr. Loon. In this series, I'm going to break nutrition down into three things your body needs to stay healthy every single day. And guess what? Not one is trendy and not one is the enemy. Today in this video, I want to address the most misunderstood macronutrient, carbohydrates. Are they bad for you? What are they? What do they do in your body? Do they deserve their bad reputation? Let's go to basics. The truth might surprise you. Let's go. Carbohydrates are one of the three main macronutrients, along with protein and fat. But wait, they are called macronutrients. That is because your body needs them in significant amount. But for years, carbs have been blamed for weight gain, diabetes, belly fat, inflammation, and everything else. And yet, their primary job? Energy. When you eat carbohydrates, your body breaks them into glucose, and glucose is your body's preferred energy source. In fact, your brain runs mostly on glucose. Your muscles use it for movement, and even your red blood cells depend on glucose. So when someone says, cut all carbs, what they are really saying is, remove your body's main fuel source. And that's why many people on very low carbs diet, they feel tired, moody, foggy, irritable, and craving sugar. That's because their body is asking for fuel. Here's the key. Not all carbs are the same. Let's check it out. Carbohydrates are grouped into simple and complex, and that's where confusion starts. We find simple carbohydrates in sodas, candy, pastries, sweetened cereals, white bread, and many other like items. They digest quickly, spike blood sugar rapidly, and have no much fiber. So when you eat simple carbohydrates, your blood sugar spikes quickly, but it also drops quickly. And therefore, you're hungry again and you want to eat again. That cycle is what leads to cravings and overeating. But when it comes to complex carbohydrates, it's a whole different stories. We found them in brown rice, oats, beans, lentils, sweet potatoes, whole grains, and vegetables. Yes, vegetables are carbohydrates. But these complex carbohydrates, they are rich in fiber. And for that reason, they digest slower. And therefore, they keep you fuller longer. And also, they provide steady energy and help regulate your blood sugar. So next time someone tells you carbs are bad, think about refined sugar and those ultra processed food. Because in reality, you see, the problem is not carbohydrates, because God says they are good and He cannot lie. So the real problem is excessive refined sugars and a man-made ultra-processed food. Now, one big question: do they cause gain weight? Here's the truth. In the absence of hormonal issues, weight gain happens when you consistently consume more calories than your body needs, and that regardless of any source: fat, protein, or carbs. However, refined carbs are easier to overeat because they are less filling, digest quickly, and trigger more hunger. But whole carbs like beans, vegetables, oats, fruits, they are very filling because of their fiber. And that fiber slows digestion, feeds your good bacteria, and helps you control appetite. And here's something important. Studies have shown that many populations around the world, they consume high quality carbs diets, which include rice and beans, but yet have a very low rate of obesity. So you see, this is not the rice, it is not the beans, but instead the highly processed foods. So what's about diabetes? Another popular belief is that carbs cause diabetes. But again, that refers to refined carbohydrates if eaten in excess. Type 2 diabetes in general develops from insulin resistance over time and often influenced by genetics, lifestyle, excessive body fat, and of course, chronic overconsumption of calories. But whole carbohydrates, especially high in fiber, actually improve blood sugar control. And in fact, beans, vegetables, oats, whole grains have been recommended to diabetic patients so they could control and balance their sugar. So you see, again, quality matters over fear. So now let's see, how many carbohydrates do you really need? For most healthy adults, carbohydrates should make up about 45 to 65% of their daily calories. That does not mean sugar, but that means mostly complex carbohydrates. And of course, if you are very active, you may need more. And for those of you who are sedentary, definitely get less. When it comes to managing diabetes, individual guidance matters. But completely eliminating carbs? No, not necessary for most people. Because the truth is, balance works better than restriction. Having said that, if you want to improve your health, focus on complex carbohydrates like whole fruits, vegetables, beans and lentils, oats, brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes, and likewise. And make sure to reduce sugary drinks, refined baked goods, and ultra-processed snacks. And notice I said reduce, not eliminate. Of course, if you can eliminate those, kudos to you. But in reality, the truth is sustainable nutrition is the one that is realistic. So, in closing, let us answer this question. Are carbs bad for you? No. Poor quality, excessive refined carbs can be harmful, but whole, fiber-rich carbohydrates, They are one of the healthiest food groups available. And remember, carbs fuel your body, support your muscles, help regulate your digestion, and most of all, provide essential nutrients. The goal is not to cut carbs, but it's to choose better carbs. In the next video, we'll talk about protein and how much you really need. Because just like carbs, protein is often misunderstood. And if this helped clarify things for you, in the comments write good carbs and then like, subscribe, and share it with someone, especially someone who is afraid of rice, so they too can replace fear with understanding. Until then, I pray that you experience good health in your body, soul, and spirit. Shalom.